I just wanted to be heavy as possible. Like I want to combine blast beats, extreme blast beats with the most extreme, over-exaggerated breakdown. Combine those elements, because back then nobody was doing it.
Right.
It was like now it's pretty common, but I took that directly from KoRn. Like that extreme dynamic, the flow in the songs, like that comes from KoRn. I mean, Monkey, shout out to Monkey. He's my favorite guitar player. It's just that's what made me like pick up the instrument, play. Wow. Okay, A tuning. I gotta get a 7th string. You know, I gotta.
Right.
And so I was just.
So I mean, you touched upon that. Then we can get right into it. Some of the stuff I wanted to ask about was working with Ross Robinson. I know you had him on the Garza podcast. You guys talked a little bit about that, and then having Jonathan come on and sing on a song when Mitch was still there and stuff.
Yeah.
How did you get together with the KoRn guys? And obviously, it's all local stuff here. But how did you?
Especially you guys. I know some history about them. Like now, I'm in Huntington Beach. The same thought too. I'm like, I'm gonna hang out with Johnny right now. Hopefully it's just fucking so cool, man. And I know like the KoRn guys were here for a while in like the early days, like in like demo days.
Yeah.
So
they lived right
cool.
down the street, downtown, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
So fucking gnarly, dude.
Yeah, Silvera's, Dave Silvera's bar was up on Main Street, the 2nd Street one. His ex-wife had Tuna Town.
Yeah.
She actually lives in this neighborhood.
Wow.
So there's
Holy shit.
a lot of history here in Huntington Beach.
Damn, it's so gnarly, dude. Wow. Yeah, Ross, he's besides my mom and dad, my family obviously, but my 2 favorite people on the planet is Ross Robinson and Monkey from KoRn. Those are my 2, like, they're why I am who I am. They're like those records, I mean.
And so getting to know Ross from that.
Yeah. It's funny, like when we did that record, we lived with them for 2 months, and that's what I learned, because also why I have a podcast. I mean, I'm a fanboy, dude. When I'm around these people, I'm like, I just want to ask questions. I just feel weird. I'm like, dude, like you just go back to like that fucking 12-year-old kid in a fucking second, dude. Like, or you just, whatever fucking thing I did with my band goes fucking out the window. I'm this fucking little kid right when I see those guys. And I remember one day, one of the first days I was actually talking to Ross, and I was looking at him like, oh my God, you're Ross Robinson. And then another thought popped in my head, like, you need to fucking fix this, bro. Like, you need to stop being such a fucking fanboy. Like, you need to to fix this. And that's like, we go into that later, but that's created a whole other, like, you need to kind of grow up, Chris. Like, you need to, take care of the business of the band, stop ignoring numbers, like really grow up. But making that record with Ross is also why we're here. It's why we're here. I mean, obviously it wasn't exactly accepted in the community and the fan base, but man, we had to make that record. We had to. And Ross really brought it back to who we were. He really took away all the bullshit and just really this is who you guys are, and this maybe might not show in the music, but behind the scenes when we left that record, it really started to the rewiring to really bring out the real Suicide Silence of why that band started and why we're here, what wrote The Cleansing, what did the second record and Black Crown, all the wiring. He started that, and unfortunately you're human. You need extreme things to kind of shake you up, and we made a record that wasn't accepted, and it was through experimenting with Ross that really got the gears going and the rewiring of who we are inside. And sometimes you go with, not hating, but you go with producers that don't have your best interests in mind. They don't get the fucking thing out, like the thing that's special.
Producers definitely got to be a 5th member or even a therapist in a lot of respects.
Yeah, totally. Ross started that process, and then here comes Taylor Young that brought it out, and luckily we were fresh enough and raw enough from that whole experience, like we were ready to do it. And there's sometimes you go through like a identity crisis, like you can call it, and I was definitely doing that, just to have like one of your favorite fucking people to say I was a good guitar player. I don't really go by outside influence, but when Ross Robinson does it, it really fucking hit me. It was like, oh shit, he thinks I'm good. he does, I don't care what anybody says. Like,
Yeah,
straight,
no.
it's just like,
That's your validation.
I mean,
right
that
there.
was like, boom. And then he said some really major compliments to me that to this day, I'm just like, I can't believe he said that to me. And it boasted my healthy confidence. No ego, like he boasted myself. And he fucking flipped it to back 11 to where I was when the band first started. He fucking took all the bullshit out, flipped myself up, and then really, okay, it made me fall in love with the band again, and writing this kind of music and like really bringing it out and like not really settling for anything less.
Yeah.
So
that's great. Yeah, had
cool.
that moment with him, and through it, I know, as we said, Jonathan came into the studio and sang on a track. But did you get it? Have you had very many interactions now with Monkey? As you mentioned, he's your dude. So
yeah, he
the reason why he picked up the guitar, rather. So.
Yeah, unfortunately or unfortunately. First of all, all those guys are class, pure fucking class, dude.
Great dudes.
You know, they really honed in like how to be a fucking legend, but yet still speak cool. Like they like really, I don't even know the word. Like they really got that shit down. They're the coolest guys. It started, which is a story I tell often to younger bands or as much as I can, but it's because of them actually. Because when the band Suda-san started to come out, we were at Showcase Theater, we were at Chain Reaction, we were at Glass House. I'm seeing Hurricanrana, I'm seeing Throwdown, I'm seeing 18 Visions, like.
Damn.
This, and I brought up to Keith very like recently. I'm like, shout out to Keith Barney, the man. It was not cool to wear KoRn shirts or Slipknot shirts at shows. It was a big fucking no-no, but we didn't care. I didn't care. This is who I was, and the moment the band got interviews, we were very, very vocal about how much we love KoRn.
Yeah.
Now I mean, KoRn deserves it, but no hate to KoRn, but like, I'm a little bit bitter about that. Like, bands talking about KoRn now, I'm like, where the fuck were you like, 20 years ago, man? Like, when we're getting our fucking head kicked in. We're like even mentioning that band. But it stems from, my pet peeve in music is dishonesty in music. I mean, I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
I truly hate it. And when a band comes out and they start naming their influences to get cred, I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
I can't not. It's my pet peeve. I rant my girlfriend about this a lot. Poor girl. But my thing that the music has to be real. It has to be everything. And so that goes along with small things like, talk about your favorite bands. Talk about your real favorite bands when it's not cool. When anyone could do it when it's cool, not many people do it when it's not cool. And back then, KoRn was blowing up, and we were talking about them, and I guess they got wind that a band like us were talking about them when no one was talking about them. And you would think like they're a massive band, but they don't need any more people talking about them. You'll be surprised. Yeah. And the word got to their crew and them that they were, we were fans. And then, like this crazy time, like you start getting some recognition. Now you're getting these crazy tours. Their first record happened. We did the first Mayhem, and then we confirmed like Slayer in Canada. So now we're in arenas. We're a fucking local band from Corona, and now we're getting like an arena tour offer. And then right after that, Chad from Mudvayne, shout out to Chad, he gave us our first full-on like amphitheater tour, and that was 2009. And we confirmed those, obviously. We're like, well, we're doing those tours. And then randomly, KoRn hopped on 3 shows, and I lost my fucking shit. I remember like getting the call from a manager. I'm like, yeah, KoRn's playing 3 shows now. You're playing KoRn. Congrats.
That's awesome.
So that was 2009. It was like, I'll talk about like a full circle moment. And that was just insane. And then now I don't know KoRn, but like I can kind of see how they're very to themselves now. So like we're playing, and our drum tech, see over there? It's John Davis. He came out to see you. And I look over at John Davis is waiting to see us. I'm like, this is insane. This is fucking unreal. And it sparked, also that's where I brought my, I have Ibanez K7.
Oh, okay.
I had the gray one. I'm like,
yeah.
you know what? I'm gonna sign my monkey.
Yeah.
And that day, John came out and saw us, and then I don't know why, but we were drinking White Russians that whole month. It was like a thing.
Oh yeah, I love when you pick a drink that you're just gonna drink for a while. And,
yeah.
I went through the White Russian phase. I always call him a
Caucasian.
Like the dude abides, you gotta have a Caucasian.
Yeah.
Did that shit with Jimmy all the time. And
so
then,
good.
Have you ever had a Harvey Wallbanger?
I mean, you heard of it.
So it's vodka, orange juice, and vanilla Galliano. And we were drinking those for a while. You go through phases on your drinks, man. So yeah, I can understand. You don't need a rhyme or reason. We're having White Russians. Continue.
Yep. Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, that was a drink of choice. And then the show's over, and then this was in Iowa. And then I was like, Mitch said, get your Ibanez. We're fucking going to see him right now. And I'm like, let me drink a few of these first. And then we just fucking start drinking. Yeah. And then we fucking walk over to the dressing room, and John was in the hallway. Super cool. And then he let us in the room. That was my first time ever meeting Monkey, and I don't even know what the fuck I said or done. It was probably horrible and embarrassing. When you meet your idol for the first time, it's fucking too much, man. It's too fucking much.